A worker handling the trash, then not washing his hands. Shrimp stored over lettuce. That's just a taste of the violations inspectors uncovered at Valley restaurants this week. The Black Bear Diner on Alma School Road near Queen Creek Road in Chandler. 3 major health code violations. A cook washing his hands without soap. No soap at a hand wash sink. Raw sausage stored beneath egg whites and ham. Filiberto's Mexican food at Thomas Road and 46th Street in Phoenix. 3 violations. No certified food manager on duty. An employee handling a bag of raw beef, then not washing his hands. Containers of raw shrimp stored above lettuce and onions. Chilaquiles Modern Kitchen at Signal Butte and Baseline Road in Mesa. 4 violations. Food left out at room temperature. A worker handling dirty dishes, then clean dishes. No hot water at a hand wash sink. A meat slicer with food debris. Farm and Craft on Scottsdale Road off 5th Avenue in Old Town, Scottsdale. 4 violations. An employee rinsing dishes, taking the trash out, then not washing their hands. Cooked chicken not kept hot enough. A garlic and oil mixture not kept cold enough. A dishwashing machine not cleaning properly. And the place with the most health code violations? Thiru Kupasamy on Chandler Heights Road near Alma School in Chandler. 5 major violations. Thiru Kupasamy had a worker on their cell phone, then working the prep line. Raw chicken above a package of celery. A dishwasher without enough sanitizer. A container of yogurt not kept cold enough. And chicken curry and mutton not date marked. The restaurant is now on notice to clean up or could face legal action. Jason Berry for Arizona's Family.
Well, restaurants that get a perfect score make our Dean's List. Here they are. Some Burros on 76th Street and Frank Lloyd Wright in Scottsdale. Einstein Brothers Bagels at 43rd Avenue in Bell and Glendale. Black Rock Coffee Bar off Broadway and Priest in Tempe. Joe's Diner, 7th Avenue in Minnesota in Phoenix. Fabio on Fire at Lake Pleasant and Happy Valley in Peoria. And Jet's Pizza on Higley and Baseline in Gilbert.